So, like, what are your thoughts on or everybody? Like, what are y'all thoughts on the red pill? I'm not sure if y'all know what it is. Like red pill and like today's dating and like how they like.
So won't you go ahead and explain the red pill? Because
Oh,
there's the
the red,
red pill, there's the black pill now. There,
the
I'm,
blue pill.
blue pill. Yeah, yeah. So explain it. Like explain what you're, what actually
Well,
what you mean.
I learned this stuff like when I was maybe like 17 or 16. 'Cause I saw like videos on it,
Wouldn't get
and
no
then like,
females. He's like, you know what? This is over. This
nah.
ends today.
But yeah, basically the red pill is kind of like more so it's like men or there's like a thing called MGTOW, men going their own way.
Right.
Basically, I used to watch the stuff, but I never. Yeah, the older I got, the more I took it like by a grain of salt. It's basically men going their own way. Basically, they use women. You can't really trust women. Um, basically, they kind of say you can't really trust women. Um, one YouTuber that's really famous for that I know, Steph is Cole. I watch his stuff more so. I don't watch his dating videos, but more so his motivational. But there's also other YouTubers. But basically, don't trust women. Don't spend money on women unless they're giving you sex. Stuff like that. Which I say to an extent is true. Just follow the stuff by a grain of salt. I would say don't listen to that fully, in my opinion, because you're just using women, and that's you shouldn't be using women like that. Also, the blue pill. Well, they call it the blue pill. It's kind of like what's the blue pill? Men basically soft. You simp to women. Um, what else? Some you kind of know.
The blue pill is basically a soft dude who lets women walk all over him, spends their money for sex, which is prostitution, stuff like that. Red pill is you're
Kind
supposed
of.
to get the girls automatically. You're supposed to get super
Yeah.
strong. It's all about the way you look. You know, be basically like a pimp.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I
then
think both. Yeah, I think there should be like a middle. Like both, they're kind of too extreme, in my opinion. But there should be like a middle between those, which they call it the purple pill or something like that. I don't even know.
So
But yeah.
evil. One thing you guys got to understand is there's only two sides: evil and good. So Christ and the devil, God and the devil, and you've got to understand in your life that this is at work all the time because there's a fight, because there's a fight for your soul, there's a fight for you to go over to the other side or whatever. So men, our nature is to do anything that will cause us to be effeminate. So what's effeminate? Effeminate is not feminine, right? No, effeminate means attached to pleasure. So instead of going to work and doing everything I'm supposed to do, I'm gonna stay home and play video games all day, right? I'm gonna live off of my parents. You know, effeminacy means attached to pleasure. It means an abhorrence to pleasure. Like I gotta have pleasure. All that's my main goal in life, the seek of pleasure. And if you think about it, almost everybody in your life is like that. Their thing is, I want to have fun, 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 fun. Everything I do is so I can be happy, so I can be happy and have pleasure. Well, pleasure is of the flesh, and so Christ is was not like that. So Christ teaches us how to be men. So how he sacrificed himself, how he gave himself, how he died on the cross, how he confronted people. Suffering is the way to masculinity. Suffering and responsibility. Archbishop Fulton J. Sheen coined that phrase. The way to being a real man is through suffering and responsibility. If you don't suffer, you're not gonna learn nothing. AJ, he plays He's as good. He's a very good basketball player. He's playing in college.
I'm about to buy his jersey.
And so, but think about it. To go to the next level from high school to college, you got to be good, which takes a lot of suffering. I can't be playing video games 24 hours a day because I got to go out and shoot these baskets. I gotta get in competition. I gotta be good. It's everything you want in life is suffering. Causes is suffering. The faith is the same way. In order to be a great man, to be a man of God, to be the special man of respect, it's not about money. It's about what others think of you. And effeminacy ruins men. because we're doing is like we just want to be. That's why we just want to be of pleasure. And when you see most boys today, most people you see today, most men, we're talking about men, not women right now. Men, our problem is we want to be pleasurable all the time. We want to play on a golf course. We want to go fishing. We want to be. We want to be. We want to eat. We want to be on drugs. We want to do whatever. We want to drink alcohol all the time.
Shrooms.
You know, and so that's the way
If you
we
let you
get
know.
to that. Men are mainly wusses too. We're wusses. We'll sleep with a girl. We will date a girl, and if she wants to have sex with us, we're not man enough to turn her down, but we'll use her body up
How could we?
for 5, 10, 20 years, and then we won't marry him. And then the woman gets mad, and she's like, "Well, why don't she leave you?" And you get mad at her. Well, what we had was good. No, what we had was good.
It was weak.
We was weak. You was
No,
weak.
it
You
was weak.
used me, huh? That's what I'm saying. She was weak. He was
Yeah.
weak. I mean,
Yeah.
he was weak. You know.
Ain't got no mental fortitude.
Yeah, and so the blue pill and the red pill. Let's start there. The red pill is because, and I've heard of it, and it's because
It's like a modern.
men
like
will
thing.
think of anything. We all rationalize our way of thinking. So, in order to, the reason the red pills come along, because men are mad. I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it. I want to have all the sex I want. I want to treat a woman any kind of way I want. I want her to live with me, and I want to leave when I want. And then when she don't do what I want, I get mad.
Treat them like objects, basically.
But on the other side, women, they get tired of getting treated like an object, because that's why that's one of the reasons you have marriage. Because it's the mutual agreement that we're no longer going to be in high school. We're going to grow up. We're going to be adults. We're going to have a family. We're going to create something important. That's what marriage is about. Any man that doesn't ask a woman to marry him after they've been together for at least a year or two, he's a
AJ?
wuss.
AJ?
He's a wuss.
AJ?
Only if you're having sex, though.
They ain't been there yet, my bad.
Only if you're having sex.
No, they're not.
When you do, this is why I try to get you guys to understand.
They're both separate.
When you don't have sex, you can leave at any time, and you might be upset or she might be upset, but there's no bond like that. But when you have sex, it changes the whole dynamic of a relationship. You're bonded to her, she's bonded to you. That's why women go and put knives in your tire. They'll visit you at your job and embarrass you at your job. See, you guys have never had that problem before.
Thankfully.
Woman coming to your job, you done had sex with her, and then you out mess with some other girl because you tired of her. She get mad coming to your job and bust through the whole thing and embarrasses you at your job, or she scratches your car, or she show up at your apartment.
Has that ever happened to you?
No,
They know not to mess with the Captain Alpha, man. They know what's up.
no.
They know what's up.
You know why? Because
Sorry.
usually, man, I try to date one girl at a time.
That's also another thing with the red pill. They try
One
to
step
like.
at a time.
I do know they say something like you're supposed to have women in rotation. Well,
At least 4 or
basically,
5.
you you told us like you could do that, but like don't have sex with them. Let them know, but like they believe in like having sex with multiple women if
Right.
you want to, basically.
Because that's being a wuss. That's not being a real man. Like I've told AJ this too. All three of you, pick a woman, and I will teach you how to keep that woman happy for the rest of her life. The problem is you got to find the right woman. You can't. When you start sleeping with a man and having sex with him and being intimate with him, it changed the whole dynamic. You can't think straight, and she definitely can't think straight. Her mind's not clear, and so when you get married, you guys are getting married under stress, under pressure, right? Or you're living together under stress, under pressure. It's very important that you boys, you men understand, you young men understand that. Listen, I had sex when I was in middle school. I had sex when I was in high school. When I was in the military, it was wrong. I'm not saying it was right, but see, I didn't know any better. Nobody really. That's just kind of like now. It's kind of what you do. But nobody ever told me how wrong it was. But I tell you what, I knew when I had sex for the first time, I knew it wasn't right.
How
Go
old
ahead.
were you?
Well, this girl, I don't know how old she was. She's like 7. But anyway, I was like 6 years old. I know. This girl, we had white
Came
girl
out the
too,
womb plate.
little 7-year-old girl, like a 7-year-old white girl. She had me behind the building. We were outside, and that's my earliest memory. Yeah,
Were you a victim or was it mutual? Was it consensual?
I was mainly a victim,
Oh, never mind.
but I'm
I don't want to get.
six.
I don't want to talk about childhood trauma.
I
I'm
have,
I bet.
six.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So you don't have to answer this if you don't want to.
What's that?
I said you don't have to answer this if you don't want to.
Uh huh.
But how many women have you had sex with? Like, you can plead the fifth.
Honestly, I don't even remember. I'm being honest. I don't remember. I'm the type of man though. I usually only date one woman at a time, and I'm a type of dude that I don't like being around a woman. Look, I like hanging around well, y'all know that. Like, I've got men friends, but my wife is my best friend. I don't play those games like that, right? And because my thing is, I'm gonna be with a woman. I'm gonna be married. That's just how I am. I want a companionship of a woman. I love my wife. I want to be with her. That's my best friend. We do everything together. And if I'm not with my wife, I'm either with my kids or doing something for God, or I'm at work or something. That's my life. That's how you become great. See, that's the thing about people don't understand. Like, everybody's always trying to strive toward greatness. They think greatness is having $1 billion, being an Oprah Winfrey or an Elon Musk or something. Okay, if you are, that's cool. But that's after you get so much money, it's empty, right? We all know that. We don't have a lot of money, but we all know that money doesn't. It makes you happy to a point, right? There's that feeling in your as you guys get older, you'll start to realize there's this hole in your gut that can't be filled, and it can only be filled by God. And if you don't pursue that, what'll start to happen? You will turn more and more over to the evil one. But the way you could be great in this life, you got to ask yourself. Okay, you got to ask yourself, why is somebody born in Haiti, which is one of the poorest countries in the world, and suffering and sacrifice, and why is somebody born in the United States? Why is somebody born in Australia? This is how you know there's a God. This is how you know there's a God. We're not just placed around here randomly. God places us around the world, in different places in the world, in order to help for our souls to grow closer to Him. And so what you got to realize is there's a different reason why someone's born in Haiti, someone's born in the United States.
Right.
And the way I look at it is, my job is to be great to be a great man. This is how you're measured as a man ultimately. Think about it. You're measured through your relationship with God, the love your wife has for you, and the respect of your children. That's the measure of a man, dude. That's the only true measure of a man. And if you don't have that, you're going to be empty. I don't care how much money you got. Tyrese, I'm looking at this video of Tyrese. Tyrese is getting interviewed by Shannon Sharp on.
Tyrese.
We all know, yeah.
About the dark skinned dude.
Yes.
Bald head. Yeah.
Yes. You could tell that dude.
Congratulations.
He's got all the money in the world, but he's still miserable. He's still unhappy. A lot of stars, a lot of famous people rich people are unhappy and empty. Because money and fame only does so much, gentlemen. It only does so much. I'm not saying it's bad or good. What I'm saying is it only does so much. Let's say AJ, he's this great college basketball player, and all of a sudden here comes this, he gets invited to the draft. He's sitting right there on draft day, and the number one, then there's the Lakers are number one, the Pacers number two, and the Chicago Bulls number three. And when he gets drafted, his contract, he's making $30 million starting out his first year. Dude, do you know how happy that boy gonna be? His daddy, you know how happy his dad's gonna be? His mama gonna be turning flips in her grave. Oh, my son, you know. But I'm telling you that, yeah, now he's got $30 million and he's got this great NBA career. Now what?
Pass some change
He,
to me. That's what's next.
right.
Oh,
Give me
But,
a meal. Give me a meal.
come on, AJ. We
We gon'
built you. We made you,
right,
AJ.
we
man, we your
made you.
boys,
We're the reason
man.
you are who you are.
But my point of what I'm saying is, man, after that, now what? No matter how high you make it in this life, as far as monetarily and as being as famous or infamous, you will get that empty gut you're feeling, and that hole is God. What you're feeling is a lack of God. Without God, man, eventually you become numb. You don't become the true person you're meant to be. And it's important. It's very important. Um, and that's what changed my life. That's what changed my goal in life is to grow as close to God as I can in this life, so I don't suffer in purgatory after I'm dead. And that's how you guys. The reason all three of you guys don't pray, the reason all three of you guys don't really see church and mass like you should, is because your knowledge is defunct. You're not seeking the knowledge of the supernatural world. You're not seeking the true knowledge. You might ask, like, how does my dad, how does Mr. Jacobs know all this stuff? I know all this stuff because I have the fruit of the Holy Spirit. It's called wisdom. I see the world for what it truly is. I'm not, I've worked very hard to be like this. And I don't really get on Jericho and Solomon and Marcus and Lauren. Y'all grown. You go through your life the way you want to go through your life. Me and your mother's job is to guide y'all through your life. AJ's dad's job is to guide AJ through his life. Now, it comes to a point in time, though, as a man, you got to take responsibility for your own life and realize that all this stuff is fleeting. Emotions are fleeting. My money's fleeting. My possessions are fleeting. What's the only thing that's eternal? That's your relationship with God. And if you don't understand that, your whole life is going to be about God sending pain in your life to get you to see you need me. When I say me, you need him, right? And this is why all three of you are very intelligent kids. You're very intelligent. All three of you are. And your AJ, your pops, Jericho, me and your mother, and Solomon, we try to encourage you guys to start to try to see the world for what it really is. You must in God Christ in your life. But if you choose not to, that's your business. That's between you and the Holy Spirit. But I'm telling you, and I will promise you this, the more you neglect God and your responsibility as a man, when you get married, your life's going to be hell. You're going to have a lot of pain, unnecessary pain in your life. All you guys are young. God gives you a chance right now because you're young. He's not as hard on you as he would be on me. Because I'm older, I'm Catholic, I'm responsible, I know better. You should know better, Jerry. You're 58 years old. You're not a kid anymore. You know better. You three, you're going to get more of leeway from God. He's going to give you a little time to get your life together, to figure this out, to try, But eventually that will run out. I promise you, it will run out. And that's what this red pill and blue pill thing's all about. These men, especially the red pill, they have no idea what life is about. They really don't. They think it's about using people, getting what you can from them. She's treating me bad, I'm going to treat her bad. When you get married, if your wife treats you bad and you treat her bad, that's like you're in high school. Two people fighting and bickering and arguing. Somebody's got to be the adult,
Facts.
And that's what I want from y'all, for y'all. That's what happiness is. Anybody that sees my marriage, they wish they had it. All my kids want to be married. Every single one of them. You know why? Because they see their mom and daddy. That's not me bragging. That's the truth. All my kids want to be married. They want a woman or a husband or a man that's going to fulfill them. My daughter, don't you go there, boy. That's my daughter. My daughter Lauren, she wants a husband to make her happy. My sons want a woman that's going to make them happy. Because of what I created, me and my wife. And so when you all three of you start having kids, you're not a real man until you get married and start having children. That's when you become a real man. And then guess what? You'll realize everything I'm saying right now, AJ, everything your dad's saying, you're gonna start being, oh my God. I tell y'all what, my father used to tell me all kind of stuff. Daddy, just like y'all do, daddy. I got
Yeah,
married.
be quiet.
Yeah, exactly. Seriously.
Fair enough.
That's it.
All
But you
right.
know what?
Heard enough.
That's the truth. Y'all don't mean to be like that, but you're young. You got a lot of hormones going. You know everything. Believe me, we understand. But I tell you what, when you get a wife, and you have that first kid, and the pressure hits you, oh my God, I gotta go out and go to work because I gotta bring some food home. Then you become a man. These people you see out here that live together, they ain't real. They're not real. They're not. That's not real. There's no commitment there. Men you see walking around, see with all these women and stuff, and they don't marry them. They don't pick a woman. They got these superstars. You see they got kids all over the globe. Those are not real men. They have no responsibility. They can walk away anytime they want.
Young boy. Tyreek Hill.
If you want real respect, man, you gotta live a life of God, and your wife and your kids will love you and respect you. That's what this life's about. Sure, we all want money, right? We gotta eat, right?
Yes, sir.
I love to have $1 million right now or $1 billion right now. Some of us are talented in making money. Some of us not. Solomon, you might go out here and one day get a business and make $1 billion. Jericho, you might never. You might just be a middle-class man and just making it.
Paycheck
That's
to
not
paycheck.
make it. But the thing about it is you learn over your life. You start to learn, what am I here for? And that's what you three gentlemen should be asking yourself. What is my purpose in this life? Even at 20 years old. Used to be men, boys would mature a lot earlier than they do these days. Jericho and Solomon, we were homeschooled. When you started going to Chatard, y'all saw right off the bat. You saw right off the bat that you were a lot more mature than most of the kids in that school. You saw it. Of course you did.
Especially AJ.
Yeah, especially AJ. My bad. Then we turned into him.
Right. So, and that's another thing. Either you influence your environment, or your environment's going to influence you.
Right.
And
AJ,
that's one thing that me and your mother have always been proud about you and Solomon, Jericho, is that everywhere you two have ever been, you've always influenced your environment. You never let your environment influence you. And that's the first one of the marks of a man, of a true man. I don't jump off a bridge because my best friend jumped off the bridge. You know what I'm saying?
I jump off the bridge because I want to.
You jumped, yes. You jumped off the bridge because you chose to jump off the bridge. AJ, I'm sure you're the same way. You hooked up with Jericho and Solomon, and you realize, hey, y'all got this kind of bond. Even with the other fellas, the other two. Who the other three? Who was the other three? What's the football player? It's at the college now.
Mark Johnson.
Nate Dogg. We call him Nate Dogg, right? And then
Nate Dogg still exists.
Right. Y'all remember in Chatard, it was like 6 or 7 of y'all, right, AJ?
AJ wasn't in that group.
He wasn't?
Nah,
he was after.
Yeah.
I was before their time.
Wow. I didn't even realize that.
No,
What's
AJ.
Go ahead.
He wasn't really our friend until him and Solomon
Senior
were always
year.
friends.
Yeah, like senior
That's
year.
right.
AJ, me and AJ were really friends till after I graduated.
That's right. Okay.
You should have been friends with AJ in high school, bro. Man, it's hilarious.